up, everybody? I'm Sal Klein. This is Reggie Steele. And welcome to Spitballin. Spitballin.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sal Kalani. This is Reggie Steele.
And welcome to Spitballin, y'all.
There it is. There's what I love.
Yeah, I got a new backdrop. Everybody, for the people who are
Everybody
watching,
listening.
yeah, for the people who are watching, I have a new backdrop. For the people who are not watching, go online and see my new backdrop.
We both kind of match our backdrops. That's weird. You have a white backdrop, white shirt, and there's a little purple in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
And I got the red and the yellow, so I got a little more Basquiat back here. Cowboys versus Indians. It's a thing, I think.
Okay.
And I'm wearing my buddy Will Hobbs, Powerhouse Hobbs. Check him out, wrestling in AEW.
Nice. Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, I tell you what, I worked in I worked at the Punchline, and Chris Tinkle was there.
Yeah.
And he just posted something from AEW wrestling, and I go, "Oh, hey man, you're in AEW, huh?" I was like, "My friend wrestles for that," and he's like, "Who's your friend?" And I was like, "Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs," and he looked like a kid on Christmas. He's like, "Oh, that's my favorite wrestler."
Oh, wow.
Powerhouse Hobbs. I know he's from the Bay. I know all about him. Da-da-da. He's like, I saw him. I went to his thing. He's like this huge black dude, and he's wearing. Tingle bought his shirt, big black to jacked, and then wore it to a wrestling event that he got to go to, and then Hobbs saw it, and he was like, "Nice shirt, man." He was bummed he didn't get a picture with him. But
dude, we should get Powerhouse Hobbs as a guest and then have Tinkle on.
Reached out, but the man, you got to understand, a lot of these guys too, they're under contract, so who knows, what they're allowed to do in these situations. And no, I mean, I've reached out a couple times, but Hobbs has been keeping it, we both keeping it friendly.
Okay.
And I think he's just busy, but I got to go to an event again and see him, because I've seen him when he was back in the day in Oakland.
Okay. Where do you know him from?
So we did Mick Foley. We worked with Mick Foley.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I worked with Mick in Sacramento, and then the next day they wanted me to do it in San Francisco and at Cobb's, and it was crazy. So the one time I always say, I helped Foley with his merch the night before. And that's the only person of everyone we've ever worked with that every person lines up to meet him. And everybody wants he'll get pictures for free, but they're all buying something. You gotta buy something. And everybody, this dude went across the street, they had someone go to Walmart and buy some bunch of 6-packs of white socks that he just sided one sock, and then
shut up.
And he has shirts and shit too, you know what I mean? But because that was his move. He put a sock on, socko or whatever, that he choked the guy out.
He choked the guy out with the sock. But did he talk with the sock first?
I think so. Yeah.
You gotta get it.
I wasn't really watching
Get him.
So
that's funny.
Though that night he wanted to try something with another wrestler. And so they reached out, found a local guy, and then Will did it. That's where I met him. And then Will was like, "Oh, you got to come to my events, man." He's like, "I got some local stuff." And I was like, "All right." And I went twice. I mean, I got to find the picture. I'll look for it. But they go into the stands. There's chairs, and he's right there. They're in the crowd.
Wow.
These are huge dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're huge. They're really big.
The other time I took Joe Tobin, and he gave me ringside seats, bro. And I don't care what level wrestling is, when it's ringside, it's dope.
Okay, it's fine.
You're right there. And then it's funny, then you'd see old wrestlers from back in the day, they'd usually headline those local events. So it'd be I saw Gold Dust headline, I met him. And then his Cody Rhodes. His brother's Cody Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, that was his kid.
Okay.
But anyway, and then I also saw one of the bushwhackers one time.
That's funny. You know, I work with a couple guys that are really big into wrestling. Like one guy has a couple kids, Mary's got a couple kids, heavy. I'm talking about he buys the belts, he buys the toys, the collector's items, he does the whole thing. And then the other guy is unmarried, no kids, no girlfriend, and he's all in on wrestling. Like this dude, he goes to the WrestleManias, he goes to all the events, he follows it, he knows everyone's story, how it's working out, you know, when they turn heel, right? Like turn into a villain. Um, it's crazy, right? Like it's cool for me because I'm not really into it like that. So it's kind of fun to listen to people talk about something that they're so interested in that I don't care about, right? But
Right.
it's interesting to just see, man. But yeah, the
Yeah,
first
they're
guy,
into it.
he buys these big huge belts, the you know the
And those, I
Intercontinental.
went because I was at WrestleMania, and those belts are like $500.
Oh yeah, oh you know he's spending between 3 to 500 easy,
And now
and
they
he'll
got like 9 different types of belts you could get.
oh,
It's
dude, he's like, yo, this is the AEW Intercontinental whatever belt, and then he's got one on his shoulder. This is the WWE World Wrestling, you know, environmentally friendly wrestling belt. It's like, dude, it's crazy. But yeah, man, those guys are into it. I ain't mad at them. You know, you got to find something, right? Everybody got their thing, right? So,
I'm bummed. I can't find the picture, but whatever.
okay.
Yeah, it was great. And so, but I will say this, and it's funny, I just saw Burr was doing a story about Hulk Hogan when he saw Hulk Hogan, and on a radio show, he got to meet him, and then it was on Opie and Anthony, and they were at like the Hard Rock, and they were like, "Hey Hogan, will you take, rip your shirt off?" And the crowd's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah," and Hogan was just like, nah, and they're like, "No, come on," he's like, and then Burr realized after the fact, because then by the thing, he's like, "No, come on, rip it, rip it." He's like, he was working them all the whole time. And like, nah, nah. And then he said there was a switch that flipped. And
Yeah.
he saw it. He's like, he was a whole different guy. And then he ripped his shirt and the place was going nuts. He's like, it was like the loudest he's ever heard. And he's like, and he just worked that all up that whole
Right.
time. But I will
Right.
say, when I was on the stage with Mick Foley, he had this bit like towards his closer, and Will and I were on there. We were just sitting on chairs, and he would do something where he took the stool and he threw it like it was like he was a wrestler or something, and he really threw it like hard. And you saw this guy like I understood at that moment why he could be a professional wrestler. Like
Mm.
he was like because he looks, he was a little older then and he's a little beat up, but you saw how strong he was and like his
Wow.
face and everything. He took that chair and he threw it down. It was the stool and he threw it onto the stage. And I just remember going, like it was scary as fuck. It was like a wild bull that was loose on the stage. And I was
That's
like,
funny.
holy fuck. And that's when you realize like it's another level, man.
Well,
It's
I mean,
another level.
it is, but it's also performance, right? Like he's been doing that for years. He knows how to perform.
Yeah, but I'm
And
just
he has presence, right? He's got size and presence.
but the strength is they're
Right.
not faking no strength. There
No,
ain't.
they're strong. They're strong.
And then like him, he's the guy who fell through the cage onto the mat because and he wasn't supposed to, and the Undertaker choke slammed him, and he went through the cage onto the mat, was knocked unconscious. Like it was like, yeah, it was one of the craziest stories in wrestling, man. So Mick Foley has
Wait,
been
hold
through
it.
it all.
He's laying there unconscious. Did the Undertaker go down and put his hand on top of him? They're like 1, 2, 3, and this dude is laid out.
What happened was he came to, but the refs were down there trying to take care of him. Undertaker took a while. He stood up top for a while, then he climbed down, and then yeah, I think they just kind of they wrestled a little more, and then that was it.
Dude
Yeah.
got knocked unconscious and he got up and
He
kept
woke
wrestling.
back up before the Taker came back down, and they had to finish the match, I think.
Oh
So
wow, that's crazy. Yeah, those guys are strong, man. I mean, all that jumping and flopping and falling and all that stuff is real,
and they're
right?
big
Like
dog, and to be able to take that kind of shit from guys like that.
this is what I wanted to ask you. After the did Bill Burr say anything about after the Hulk worked up the crowd and got him going. And then he got to that point where he ripped his shirt off and he's all like, he's in his element. Did he say something stupid like, yeah, and I hate all the niggas?
So you're what a lot of people are upset about. And
Hey, dude. Okay, let's just be clear about this. As a kid, I grew up watching WWF wrestling. I loved Hulk Hogan. He was fun. It was enjoyable. I loved watching him do his thing, right? Hit his poses, getting hit in the head, and then dropping the leg and doing all this kind of shit. I thoroughly and was entertained and enjoyed watching Hulk Hogan as a wrestler. And as I got older, I didn't think much of him. He was still around. He became a heel, a bad guy in the NWO and whatever else. But I always just admired him, not admired him, but appreciated him for providing some joy to my childhood as far as like entertainment and fun and acting him out. And then in this age of technology, right? In this era that we live in now, everyone has access to everything behind the curtain, right? Like back in the day, when you had somebody who was famous or someone that you liked or a movie star or a musician or whatever, only thing you got was what they gave you in front of the screen on stage, right? And in safe and secure interviews or whatever the case may be. But now with this era of cameras everywhere, phones everywhere, everyone's recording something and audio recording, video recording, to have that dude go in the way he did about his daughter and about race and the words that he
And I was
used.
looking it up again because I forgot. Yeah, like, he was talking about if a black guy dated his daughter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, at least let him be a $100 million nigga and all this other kind of shit. I was like, yo, this dude is fine. Like the language, bro. Right. So
That's
for
funny
me,
because, and that shows, I feel that even shows like as a black man, you remember exactly what he said and you were just saying. And like, I didn't remember. I remember there was something, but you know what I mean? Where you were
well,
like, no, I heard the shit what the Hulkster said and I didn't forget it.
yeah, no, I did not forget that shit. I was like, yo, this dude is foul, bro. Like, what is it? Like, but it's that thing in society, right? It's that
Yeah.
thing in society when they look at black people, like, we're not enough, right? For us, in order for us to be successful or to have anything, it's not that we can be good enough. We have to be like exceptional, right?
Right,
Like
like I
it's
remember Rock said something one time. You got to wear a suit as a black man when you go out to these certain things.
you have to because if
Otherwise,
not,
you're getting judged.
then
Yeah.
it's like you have to be. It's not like the N word and all that kind of shit. Everything he said, but the fact that he was like, at least let it be a $100 million nigga, right?
Right. Yeah. Because all, yeah.
$100 million, like how many now if it's a white boy, oh shit, he can work at Walmart and make $50,000 a year. He
Yeah.
don't give a shit. But if it's a black guy, then he's got to be the best black guy ever, and he's got to be $100 million. Fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Like, you know. So for me, I lost a lot of respect for him. Like I loved Hulk Hogan,
No, I feel
the
you. Me too.
entertainment.
And even that, to see him in his old age, then like just being
Yeah.
a mouthpiece for Trump at the fucking
Oh
convention.
yeah.
Just come on,
So
man.
I as a kid I loved Hulk Hogan, but as an adult I despised Terry Bollea or whatever the fuck his name is. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
found it when he turned bad. Like we all loved. We started watching wrestling again when he turned bad, and that was a
well, it's
really
fun to
fun
see him
year.
turn heel,
Yeah,
but
that was a cool
yeah,
year.
it's just like honestly, man, I don't know how, we weren't going to talk about this, but now we're here, but I don't know how I feel about having so much access to all of the celebrities. Like at one point, it was kind of cool. Like, oh yeah, we can tweet and they'll say a thing and you can respond to them and they'll respond back to you. So you get this direct interaction with them, but they lose some of their luster, right? They lose some of
Yeah.
their shine. Like
Yeah.
I think some of the things that make people, at least celebrities, that makes them really cool is that the fact that they are not here with us in a certain way. We're always trying to make them like us. That's what all the tabloids are about. Like, hey, look, they go grocery shopping just like you. So and so and their husband are out walking their kid just like you. Hey, look, they go to the spa just like. So it's this idea of like these people who do something, who are exceptional in one thing, who get compensated well, right? The idea is to take them off of that pedestal, the idea of where they are, their status, and bring them down to our levels. That's why everybody gets
I
really
mean,
excited when they mess up. They're like,
on
oh, look,
social media, they just pile on them.
they
Even if
pop.
one thinks they messed up and the other side didn't, but someone's piling. So the big thing now, like Sydney Sweeney. You
Oh
got
yeah.
all these flat-chested girls who are upset with her again. And
Wait, what did she do? I saw something about her, but what was it? What is it exactly?
some jeans ad, and she's
Okay.
wearing all jeans. And of course, you got to zoom in on the boobies, the tatas, and
I like Sweeney. Yeah,
ah,
she's
everybody does. That's the thing. You can all. I'm sorry, everyone, but black, white, all the folks, all the guys love her, and all the girls kind of like her too.
there you go. Wait, what you can you bring up the ad? Because I hadn't seen this ad.
Hey, Reg, we don't want to see you get too flustered.
No, no, no. I mean, it's a jeans ad, right? It's for network television,
Yeah, but
right?
what? Yeah. So, and then the complaint is they're talking about.
They're sexualizing jeans
No,
by
no, they're saying she has good genes.
oh jeans and Genes, not
Right,
G,
and now
not
they're saying,
Jean.
and
Oh,
then the super, the super, I guess, I don't know what you want to call them, but then people are like, well, see, they're saying that's what, the genes, like that's talking about like white and blue eyes, the only perfect, the perfect genes or something. And I'm like, come on.
dude, can it just simply be that she's attractive?
Yeah, can it just be
Right?
boobs and jeans? Can't we just have that again?
So, okay, so what they want, so in essence, what they're saying, look, she's blonde and blue-eyed, and so she's supposed to be perfect. So, if in order for me to feel better, can you find a brunette with brown eyes and say that she's perfect, or a redhead with green eyes and say she's perfect, or a black woman with short hair and say she's perfect, or a black woman with long hair and say she's perfect, or an Asian woman with short hair? You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's all preference, man. It's preference. It's people's preferences. Now I get that people are upset because the people who are making their preference known are in a position where they can influence everyone else because they have a platform, right?
I mean,
So,
there's a little, I do sense female jealousy. Remember, what was that girl? Who was the girl who married Verlander? Kate Upton, the model.
okay, yeah. Oh yeah. The one that she used to hang out with Tiger Woods, right?
No, dude, you're
Oh,
thinking
that's somebody else.
Reggie.
That's Rachel's something another.
You don't remember
Verlander. Here.
Kate Upton?
Verlander's wife. Yeah, Kate Upton.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah, but she also big boobed girl. And I remember um like a few years ago, and like I had people over, and there's a commercial with her on, and the chick I was dating who didn't wasn't as blessed as Kate Upton made some comment about she's not as great as everyone thinks, and everyone in the room was like, "What? Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, like,
Guys
why
and
was
girls.
she talking about her personality? Like why
I
is she
don't know, but it was. I think it was her looks. Even it was kind of a suggestion, and everybody in the room was like, "Okay, stop. You can't." You know what I mean? All right, so here's the ad, and see what you think, Reggie.
Okay, let's
Hope
see
our
here.
ugly mugs aren't in the way.
Oh, Kate. Oh, see, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. All right.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
You see what I did there, right? I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle.
Okay, first off, the jeans did not make her butt look great. Okay. The jeans were way too baggy. They weren't fitting properly in the right places. And an American Eagle ad.
That
I
jeans, though, it did its job.
well, hold up though. Let me just say this. That American Eagle ad legitimately is the first time I've ever seen an American Eagle advertisement ever.
No, it's
Like I've never seen them do
no.
it.
You just remember one now.
No, I mean,
That's a power, Sydney Sweeney.
Dude, the commercial wasn't that great. I mean, I get what she's doing,
Yeah, I
but
don't
it
get
wasn't like what
controversy.
because she showed a little bit of cleavage. The jeans didn't look that great. The clothes didn't look that great. Like they look very basic,
Want
right?
restaurant quality meals that actually support your wellness
Let's
goals?
see if this
Factor's
is
got
the
you covered.
whole.
They make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney's new jeans.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, people. So what? Gee,
See,
people
and
take
this
everything
is-
so they take it too far.
Yeah, and that's why Trump won.
They take it too far. And that's why a guy from Texas is sitting on the front lines in Ukraine in the Ukrainian Russian war because he took it too far.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a woke country, so I'm going to go to Russia. You go to Russia? You don't want to be in a woke country, so you go to Russia. What?
Right.
What in the entire hell? That's crazy. Yeah, man. Okay, seen the commercials fine. And this chick, Kate Upton, whatever. She fits somebody's image or desire or preference. I mean, I'm looking at her. Yeah, blonde, blue eyes. She's got a nice smile. Um, yeah, but she ain't. I've seen better. I've seen it's the same thing where it's like Jennifer Lopez. Like Jennifer Lopez got the best ass ever. Like shut the f- up. You know who had a best? Thelma from Good Times. Ben had that. Like it was way better.
This is the
Way
second time you brought up Thelma. You really like that Thelma ass.
Dude, Thelma was legit, bro. Even Jay-Z mentioned Thelma. He was like, yo, give me Thelma from Good Times. But point being is that like these are the powers that be. It's white people at the top who looking at other white people and deciding what looks good. But truth be told, man, it's whatever. So yeah, Sydney Sweeney, she's young and she's cute and she's attractive and she's a good actress and she's not afraid to show her body. So get over it, people. So just get over it. Like be happy with who you are,
I
right?
know they're not. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Exactly. They're trying to say that she's the pinnacle
they're
of
not.
beauty. Yeah, exactly. It's like fucking just be happy with who you are. Like honestly, and I can speak to this directly because as a kid, I wanted to be fair skinned. Like I wanted to be light skinned as a kid because if it felt like all the girls liked the light skinned guys with the curly hair and the hazel eyes and who had a little bit of a mustache. And they was not checking for dark skinned brothers. And so at one point I wanted to be light skinned just because it felt like that's what the girls liked. But then as I got older and I met other people who had different preferences, then it was like, oh shit. Oh yeah, no, this is legit.
Right.
Same thing with basketball, same thing with acting, same thing with comedy, same thing with music, food, beverages, housing, cars. That's why they have so many different things of everything because not everybody likes the same thing. So fucking get over it.
Right.
Just be happy with who you are and what you got. And if you with somebody who don't like what you got, then fucking let them go and go find another motherfucker that like what you got. I like who you are.
What do we call your little segment?
Yeah, that's it.
Inspirational Reggie.
Yeah. You didn't play
Okay,
music.
so Burr did an interview with Variety, and this was it was great. I recommend everyone check it out. But they brought up the Ben Shapiro and woke, and Bill says he doesn't even know what that word means. The definition of woke is white liberals' definition of woke, and they didn't even know what it was. They just took the word from black people. That's the worst thing about our people. Not only do we take from other cultures, we don't even take the time to understand the definition. He went there to be annoyed so he could then have something to talk about, and then he can make money off dividing his own country. Those people, it's treasonous what they do. I totally agree. And they need to be called out for that more because they do get the slide too often. And you're like, all you're doing is trying to divide people. And even mentioned in the interview how, like, yeah, I travel all over the country. And he's like, people are either a little left or a little right. And all these people on the extremes are trying to go, get on this side, get on this side. They're this, they're evil. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
people aren't really like that. And when you travel, you get to see that. And he's right. People are just constantly trying to divide the country, man.
Yo, man, it's a little frustrating. I was watching dry bar comedy on Samsung TV the
Ugh.
other day, right? I enjoy watching those comedy shows because it's kind of interesting to see how funny someone can be without cursing and talking
Yeah,
about
but it's
different topics.
it's only in Utah. Like all that's like the Utah special.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's
But I
but
listened to the king of dry bar and our buddy and who he's done our podcast, Kellen Erskine, baby.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's the exception to the rule.
So I'm watching the show, right? And after the comedian was done or whatever, the show ended, a commercial came on, and it was a political commercial. And when is that chick Christy Nome or whatever her name is? And it was her talking about immigration and securing our borders and the country. And it was like a
Well, what are you
pro
talking about, dude?
immigration.
It's Utah, one of the most conservative states in the country.
So, and I don't usually watch the commercial, like I don't usually see those commercials. So I was sitting there and she was on there and she's talking and I'm listening to the slant of the commercial and I was like, oh my God, like I got to turn this shit off. Like I can't watch this. But at the same time, I'm thinking, who else is watching this? And who is watching this and agreeing with this shit?
But that's the thing that they're taking money from that to show those specials. You see what I'm saying?
No, I know. Yeah, no, the commercials pay for the shows and shit,
I mean,
right?
it's kind of like In-N-Out Burger. Some of it's good, but it's all
Hey,
bad. Or Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I was gonna say
Because
they
you don't know about In-N-Out Burger too. Like if you get your In-N-Out cup and you look at the bottom of the cup,
oh yeah, it's got like scriptures and shit, right? Okay.
they'll put the Bible thing. Another thing Burr said in it, and this is the thing, man, America, man. He said someone asked about he says like for the guy I said, become a thing online where a certain portion of the right complained about how you're woke. And he said, racist. They're racist. They sent pictures of monkeys to me and my wife. They're fucking horrible people and they're cowards and they never say it to your face. There's an ugliness out there right now where if you're a racist, if you're an anti-Semite, if you're a psycho-nationalist and you want a softball interview, there's podcasts out there where you can get one and they will laugh at your fucking bad jokes and give you this pass. That's a really ugly thing going on out there.
Wow. You know, it's funny. It's not funny, but Burr is married to a black woman. So yeah, and his kid is half black, right? Half white, half black. So he's on the front lines with this shit because I almost guarantee, not guarantee, but I'm sure a large segment of his fan base are probably conservative white
Well,
guys
he
who
talks about how in the interview, you gotta check it, is where he's like, oh, I probably lost some of the bros. You know what I
the
mean? They
bros, yeah,
want to be
yeah.
the angry bros. And he's like, you only have like this one life. You don't want to just be angry the whole time. Like he's like, I work on myself. I want to, and they're saying this is his 10th special, by the way, which is insane.
That's awesome. Basquiat. Man, Basquiat, his style, it disturbs me on some levels. Like,
Oh, that's funny to me. Why is that?
yeah, I mean, I think it's the black and then just how kind of like it looks like mental illness to me, right? Like I like for lines to be straight and so like the kind of squiggly lines, right? Or the way things work out in a certain way, it really disturbs me. There's some other pieces that you put up where he has these faces where it's like teeth, and then it's just. I
Right,
mean,
right.
look, I can probably say I can appreciate Basquiat, right? Like I get that he's doing a thing, but I wouldn't have his art. Like I'm
That's
not gonna
funny.
sit
I
at
love
Basquiat.
his stuff. It's so different to me. I like the colors. I like the splash. I like it's
Yeah.
like a Tupac and Biggie. You like it in the lines, and I like it.
What are you talking about? Biggie, dude. Well, Biggie was a
Biggie is
storyteller.
like,
Oh,
the
we can talk about
lyricist
that.
who breaks it down. So, he's the master lyricist.
Well, he's a lyricist and he also paints pictures. He's a storyteller, right?
Right. And then Pac's more of a like, oh,
Well,
like, yeah.
I think Pac is emotional and Pac is like, he's trying to address. So here it is. This is it. Pac was more, and I'm okay saying this, Pac was more, not global, but he painted a broader brush about what's happening societal wise, right? With politics and police and, what's happening in the world at large, whereas Biggie was more about like what's happening in my neighborhood, right? Like what's happening with me right now, what I'm experiencing. He wasn't speaking to like a greater cause. But Oh wait, he's not even here. I'm
No,
talking
I'm
to the.
here.
I'm talking to the Basquiat painting that disturbs me.
I was trying to
No,
find my Burr's first special, and I don't know where it
okay,
is now. I'm really
that's all
annoyed
right.
by that.
But and I appreciated Pac for a lot of his stuff. You know, Dear Mama and Brenda's Got a Baby, The System Got Me Trapped. Like there's a lot of songs that I was like, yo, he's speaking to the ills of society, right? But I also love Biggie because I can listen to Biggie and he paints these vivid pictures, right?
Right.
It's that, and this is my go-to reference every time. I'm always gonna go here, but it's like, you know, who would is this page me at 5:46 in the morning, crack of dawn, and now I'm yawning and wipe the coal out my eye. So it's like he's painting these pictures as he's telling a story, right? It's a movie. Watching a movie and Pac is like, you know, the system is corrupt and they trying to, and also you got to remember, you got to look at their backgrounds. Pac was raised by someone who was, you know, former member of the Black Panthers, right? So he's got a different influence.
Right.
Biggie has Jamaican roots, and he grew up in Brooklyn. So, and they both died at 25 and 24 years old. You know what I mean? Pac started music way earlier. Pac
I
had, right? Pac had how many albums? Pac have 8, 7? Like,
Yeah, he worked once he got in the studio. I do remember hearing something like somebody first off when they saw me get in the studio, he's all like, "Whoa, man, slow down." He's just like,
we said
"Oh,
again.
hey, let's go, man."
We said again.
He got like Tupac, man. He was very anxious. He was very ready to go. You know what
Well,
I mean?
he was. I think for me, Pac evokes emotion, right? That's why Pac, my fofo, make all your kids don't grow. Like he's right here. It's like, oh, he's in your. He almost creates. He was creating fight music at some point where it's just like the man and the system. We going, and it, you know, you got all these images of him spitting at the camera, and
I mean, well, then he's also smart because they had that viral video now where he's talking about Trump and like if anyone would want to be like Trump and just money, and now that's kind of what.
no, it's their upbringing, man. It's
Yeah.
completely their upbringing.
Hey,
Whereas
so
Biggie was chill, you know.
presidential candidate Kamala Harris,
No,
Kamala. You know
Kamala.
what? This is the problem, and people
It's
don't realize.
Kamala. Yeah.
I knew this name before anybody because I would watch wrestling in the 80s, and there was Kamala spelled the exact same way, but he was the Ugandan giant.
Oh, okay. Kamala. I
So
mean,
then we all had to change it. So everyone, you know, when they first hear it, yeah.
well, hold up. And also, yeah, people pronounce their names differently, right? Like
Yeah.
I knew a guy, I'm not gonna say who it is. It's a guy named, his name is spelled Dante with the tilde, the accent mark, right? And if you hear that, you would say Dante, right? Dante with the accent.
Right.
But if you talk to him and you go, "Oh, Dante," he goes, "No, no, no, it's Dante."
No, it ain't, motherfucker. Not in America.
I swear on everything I own and love, I met this dude. I
Hey,
was
you
like,
better
"Oh,
put a thought on that or something then.
hey man, hey, what's up, Dante?" Nah, no, it's Dante.
Man,
Dante.
those carrots above, but I don't know what this symbol is. Okay, so Kamala Harris was
Yes.
on Colbert last night,
Yes, I saw the clips.
and he's going through this whole thing of how she predicted everything. And this, to me, encapsulates why she lost as well.
Mm.
Now, just watch and see what you think. But
Her
this,
voice is that nasally voice.
no, it ain't her voice. It's her wording.
Okay.
I just want to remind everybody, you warned everyone about the future under our present president. You said he would prosecute his political enemies. He would cut Medicaid, Medicare. He would ignore court orders. He would alienate our allies. He would give massive tax cuts to the rich. And I know you're not here to say, "I told you so." But would you like to?
But let me just say this. You are correct that I did predict a lot of it. But Stephen, what I did not predict was the capitulation. I didn't predict that.
People would roll over for this president.
I didn't see that.
See it right there. The capitulation. This is America, man. A lot of people are dumb, and that's why they like dumb Donald. And to use the term, like, and even Colbert realized, you saw the audience was waiting to respond, and they were like, wait, I'll capitulate. And then Colbert had to jump in and go, oh, just willing to roll over.
Yes.
That disconnect with the country is why the Democrats lose.
Okay, so let's address that, because for me personally, I like to hear the word capitulation, right? Because I understand what it means.
You're already in power.
I'm sorry?
Trying to win, America's over.
I get it. But this is the thing. What you're saying, and I get it, that's what they're doing. What you're saying is you have to dumb down to the lowest common denominator.
No, you just have to connect with people. And sometimes dumbing down is part of it.
Well, okay, so Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan used that whole strategy against Jimmy Carter, saying that, he's so smart. He's using, there he is, using those big words again. Right?
Yeah, and he's won more votes than anyone in presidential history. Like
Reagan?
Or most electoral votes.
Reagan?
Yeah. The 84 was a landslide.
It was a landslide. Okay, and I get it. But what they do is they insult intelligence. They turn a positive into a negative. The idea that someone's smart and can use big words and has like some level of intelligence should never be a problem. What I'm saying is, hold that thought. What I'm saying is the fact that we're sitting here debating or arguing that people don't understand words instead of arguing about the fact that the educational system is failing people. Like, everyone should know what the fuck capitulation means or what big words mean, because they're learning something in school. But because the other side is constantly trying to keep people from being educated and learning because they're easier to control.
I mean, that's fine, why all that. Fix it.
That's why they
connecting. And this is a liberal crowd in New York City, bro.
Yeah, I get it. But
like, that's my point. I understand. I'm not dumb, and no one's giving a crap in the video for using that word. I'm saying it's an obvious she didn't connect with the audience. Like, saw them seething. They were applauding their head off, and then she said that, and they're like, what?
I see. That's funny, because we watched the same thing and we got two different observations, right? That's the beauty of, that's not the beauty, but that's how the world is, as far as like, you can have two people witness the same thing and see two different things because we have inherent biases.
Well, you can't hear the reaction differently.
I heard the reaction differently, but the reaction wasn't so much that it was like people were, look, this is the best part about this. This is interesting because the camera was on her the whole time. But based on this video you just said, and the people were like, wait, what? We never saw the people.
Yeah, right? But I heard the claps.
You heard the claps, but you put the confusion.
Yeah, because it's funny.
No, what I'm pointing out is the inherent biases that we have inside. Like, in you already think people aren't smart enough to get it.
No.
Right?
No.
All I heard was people, him saying to her that she had the opportunity to say, I told you so. And she did, and they were kind of waiting for her to say, I told you so. And when she said something different, I just heard them be like, oh, she didn't go that way. Like, it's almost like because he set her up for the perfect joke. All she had to do was say the punchline that he'd already given her. Right. But she didn't say that punchline. So in saying something different, it's like people, the audience who are listening and laughing to, yeah, I told you so, see, because they got that. They understood that.
It's a different, I see. You think it's a different reasoning. Like,
like
I told you so. But would you like to?
But let me just say this.
Pause it. So, perfect setup, right?
Yeah, but I wish you wouldn't say that. I would say that. No one's going to say, I told you so.
Well, of course not. But the audience doesn't know that. You and I work in the business of funny, right? And she's also a politician. So she understands how this thing works. The audience is set up for this perfect joke that Stephen Colbert set her up for. They are almost, if she would have said, well, Stephen, and she went this route, and she goes, well, Stephen, I told you so. boom, the place goes up.
Yeah. I just
Right?
think it would have been just as good if she was just like, look, what I didn't see coming was the amount of people who would just roll over to him.
Well,
And,
I would say,
you know what I mean? Like really just say it like that as opposed to let me
the
say a
people who
word
would,
that definitely.
well, and okay, and so once again, this is just my perspective, and this is how I think. You got to remember, I'm not gonna say I'm an Aquarius, but like I love intellectualism, right? I love good stimulating conversation with big words and shit like that. So I like the fact that she said that, like that is
I
for
mean, I
me.
love when Obama, he was very great the way, he would speak, but he also could connect with, I mean,
Yeah,
granted, she also got 70 million votes, so she's still connected with people. It's
she's still
not,
connected with people,
but I'm
but
just
also,
saying to get to the other side.
and they're two different people. She's now they're both biracial, right? They both were attorneys, right? Um, but Kamala has more of an edge to her. She cracks her jokes or whatever, but Obama,
Yeah.
he's a guy. He's a guy. He moves
Yeah, yeah,
differently.
it's true.
He's got the swagger a little bit, right? He can straighten it up and then he can bring it down,
Well, here
right?
they go. Here they go. Let's see who's clapping.
You are correct that I did predict a lot of it. But Stephen, what I did not predict
Pause it.
was the
Hold up,
capitulation.
Pause it. Pause it. Pause it.
I didn't predict that. I
People would
didn't.
roll over.
Pause it. No, because we hear, right? So what I'm seeing and what I witness is Stephen Colbert set it up for a perfect joke, for her to say a thing, right? The energy in the room is in that way of going on with the joke, right? Because they all agree that this dude is out of control. He's doing everything that she said he would do, right? They're ready to laugh. But she changes the energy. When she comes in, she goes, right? All of a sudden now they're going from oh shit, like, oh, we're serious now. We're not joking now. Right? So she changed the energy in the room. She changed the
I
tone.
still think the choice of words could have been better.
There you go. Well, and you're also thinking about people that you grew up with in an area, right?
Yeah,
Ohio is a place where,
over.
yeah, but I am, man, look, I am a huge advocate for education. I tell every young person that I meet, I work with a lot of young people, and I tell them every chance I get, I go, look, man, I know you're here making good money, right? You're in a position doing better than most. But if you go to school, you give yourself an opportunity to have more options and you learn critical thinking skills. You learn how to process information. You learn how to discern between what's real and what's not real, right? You learn how to argue effectively and you learn how to see through the bullshit of when someone's trying to manipulate you. Those are not things that you learn just in normal day, everyday society in a certain way, right?
Right.
Until you've gotten burned several times where you go, and it usually turns into not trusting anybody, right?
Right.
Like you and I can sit here, a commercial can come on and they go, are you sick of working for someone else? Do you want to set your own hours? If you said yes to this, then I have the perfect opportunity for you. You and I go, man, listen to this. That's a scam, right? It's gonna be some bullshit. But other people go, yeah, I'm sick of working for somebody else and I want to do a thing. So I think this is a reflection of how our educational system has failed. Man,
Oh,
look,
it's true. I mean,
yeah,
of course it is, but you know,
okay.
knowing that, how are you going to talk to the failures of the education system?
Well, it's like it's hard to, and this is the thing too, and I don't want to. I try not to hold people accountable for what they don't know, right? Like you can't know what you don't know. That's what it comes down to. So, um, but I do feel like if given the opportunity, right, and even just understanding like what he said, even if you don't know the word, like I'm gonna use Theo. I'm gonna use my son. My son reads a lot. There are a lot of words that he doesn't necessarily know the actual definition of, but he would use the word accurately because he understands the context in which it was used. You're
Mm,
like, right? He's like, I don't understand. I didn't know that word, but based on the conversation that was happening and this word came up and they said this word and then this is the result after that. He goes, I can assume that this word means that people, complied, right?
right,
Or kind of agreed with it when I didn't think that they would. They didn't think that they would.
right,
But that comes from being able to process information. You know
right.
what I mean?
No,
So
I agree. I hear you.
yeah,
All right, well, hey, that's about it. Oh, I'm wearing my Browns hat.
I see that.
NFL kicked off last night.
I know. I saw a preview. I saw a preseason game, Chargers and Lions.
And I still watched. I watched like preseason football is kind of like, it's like bad pizza. Like I'll enjoy like a quarter of it. And then I'm good.
That's hilarious. I never heard that before. Preseason is like bad pizza, right? I mean, it's still pizza. You're gonna eat it, but you ain't gonna enjoy it that much.
No, I'm good, dog. So that was my so yeah, I watched the first because it's third stringers too, man. So it's you're like deep in the cut. But
well, for me, honestly, I find that to be not more enjoyable, but fun. Just in the sense that, like you said, it's the guys, like the commentator said last night, he goes, a lot of these guys will never take a live snap in an NFL game.
Yeah.
Right. But they are still good enough to be on the roster, to be on the team. So, and if you got everybody who's on that level playing, it actually makes it good. And if you had these guys playing against these guys, then it's just a beatdown.
Right.
But when you got this guy playing against this guy, it's like, hey, look, it's actually a pretty fun game, right? We get to see what the best of the mediocre of the best look like, or
Sterling Sharp just got into the Hall of Fame, and he said yesterday they were like, "What was your favorite moment?" And he's like, "The first game, the first time I got to be in the NFL." He's like, because that's all I really want was to be in the NFL. And that was the goal. And I accomplished that, So that first moment. So yeah, just getting on the team is so huge, man.
Getting on the team and then getting into the game, an actual game live. Then you can say I played. I'm glad you mentioned him, and we'll go. Sterling Sharp got in. Now, obviously, his brother Shannon has been in the news. And Shannon said that he was hoping that they would release him. He knew he was going to be released by. Okay, so for those who don't know, Shannon Sharp was he was accused of sexual assault with a young lady that he said that he had consensual relations with, and she was suing him for $50 million, which the timing of the whole thing was very interesting because it had just been announced by ESPN that he was going to sign $100 million contract with them.
But he never got any criminal charges against him. So it's kind of like, if there's no criminal charges, then he's not guilty. Then how come he could still, lose his job and lose?
Well, because no criminal charges, right? But because he was involved in this situation, right? Whether it's legitimate or not, and he settled. Right? He settled for some undisclosed amount to just make it go away, which is what a lot of the guys do, right? They waited for that to happen, and then they said, "Sorry, but you're not welcome back," right? Because you were in the news.
It's like admitting guilt a little.
For some people, they say it's admitting guilt. I think for him, it's kind of like, look, just make it go away.
No, but I mean, the reason they would fire him after that, why wait?
Yeah. Well, okay, and so two things. This happens a lot. We've seen this happen a lot. Jonathan Majors, who's playing Kang in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, gets into a dispute with his girlfriend at the time. They're running through the streets or whatever, and then Marvel's like, "We got to back off of him because he's in this thing," and they drop him as Kang, right?
And then they go get Downey, who had history of drug problems, but
that was so far in the past. Don't nobody know. You and I know, but no one knows, right?
But that's the thing, like, certain guys. It depends where you are at one moment. But like he got to revamp his image, and it's kind of
so they drop him as Kang, right? Because of this whole legal dispute and whatever else is happening, and they step away from him. And now, after everything has been settled, they had some time. There's other things going on in the world. Marvel's like, "Yeah, we're gonna bring Jonathan Majors back as Kang."
Oh, right?
Yeah, it's right. So it's the same thing. Kobe Bryant. No, we won't go Kobe Bryant. Let's go Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. It comes out he's got a bunch of stuff going on outside of his marriage, and he gets caught up. And all these people are like, "Man, forget Tiger Woods." Cadillac pulls out, Tag Heuer pulls out, all these other sponsors that work with him pull out. You know who didn't pull out? Was Nike. And you know why? Because Nike's like, "Yo, man, all this shit is gonna blow over, and you'll win a couple. You'll hit an amazing shot, and everyone will forget, and you'll be right back." So everybody that dropped him, they eventually came back because they're like, "Oh, look, he's still a commodity. He can still make some money," and they're back. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant gets in trouble for an incident in Colorado. Everyone's like, man, forget Kobe Bryant, except for Nike. Nike's like, nah, we're gonna stand by our guy and see what happens. And he's on the road, and I love telling the story. He's on the road. Everyone's like, man, boo, Kobe, boo. He's playing in Denver. Motherfucker has like 20 in the first quarter. And they're like, boo. He got 20? Shit.
Now it's
Next,
making the audience.
right? Second quarter, he comes out, he scores another 15. They're like, boo, you did a thing. How much he got? 35 at the half? Jeez. Dude, comes back, third quarter, puts up another 20 or something, right? Puts another 20. And they're like, oh shit, this dude got 55? Whoa. All right. Boo. The boos go from boo to like, Kobe, Kobe. By the end of the game, the motherfucker had 81 points.
Not an 81-point game, huh?
It had 81 points, and a crowd that went from booing him at the beginning of the game went to cheering him by the end of the game.
Second
Everybody,
most points in history.
exactly. So, point that I'm trying to make is ESPN, you want to make a knee-jerk decision based on some bullshit? Okay, fine. But Shannon Sharp is still a commodity. People still like Shannon Sharp. People still want to hear what Shannon Sharp has to say. I will not be surprised if in a year from now, in a year and a half, Shannon Sharp shows back up on ESPN.
Or a different channel.
Oh, he's gonna show up on a different channel, easy. There's no question about that. But
That's
yeah,
the
it's like
Rocky Four, bro. They all hated him in the beginning of Rocky Four, and at the end, they're all cheering him. Now they're cheering for him. You idiot!
exactly, dude. People have such short-term memory.
And Shane Gillis, remember? He gets fired, not even getting on SNL, and now he was hosting twice now. Just crazy, man.
Yeah, exactly. So,
all right, Reg. Well, great job with Marcelo last week. Let's keep.
Oh yeah, you too.
Okay. And I talked to actually a guy who makes toys, a toy maker, which I thought you might be into, and he said he'd love to do the podcast.
Oh, dude, let's do it. Let's do it. Real quick, I gotta say this, and then we can get out of here. Shout out to my man Tony Sparks. I never did it, but Tony Sparks told me years ago. He's like, brother, look, you got this. You got a look and an appeal. People like you, right? You got a certain thing. He goes, what you need to be selling. He goes, forget about T-shirts and CDs. He goes, you need to sell the Reggie Steele action figure.
That's pretty funny,
right? He's like, it's an action figure in jeans and a T-shirt. He's muscular and he's got a backwards baseball cap, and he comes with a microphone.
Hey, man, maybe this guy can make you one, right?
Dude, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, let's get it.
He does it more like on the side, I think, but the tariffs now are going to be really fucking with it, so he can't really even make any money because all that production stuff gets done in China.
Oh damn! Oh, that's right. That's right.
Everything's made. I knew another guy who went viral on a thing, and he had to get a lot of production made quick. China, like it's all you got. It's so we'll see.
Dude, we are witnessing. I think we're witnessing the collapse and the demise of our democracy. And as long as these people in position of power can continue to be continue to be compliant or to capitulate with this dude, they will be the architects of the demise of democracy in this country, and we're just gonna have to keep fighting back. Because I think the people are gonna continue to fight back, but if the politicians and the people in those positions keep, like right now in Texas with all the gerrymandering, this guy says I need to pick up 5 seats in Texas.
That's so fucked up, man.
It's so fucked up, right? And these guys are out there like, oh, okay, I got that read, coach. It's not even a dog whistle, right? It's not even like he's subtle about it. He's like, I need to pick up 5 seats so I can maintain power and I can keep you motherfuckers continuing to agree with my bullshit requests, right? And they do it. And they do it, right? I knew you was looking for something. So what I'm saying is it's amazing that we're living in this time and witnessing what's happening with our politics, right? Within the country. These people who are willing to tear down the structure of our world.
Yeah.
And for what? For one guy? For one guy who's not even a good guy. He's not even a good person. He's not even a good person. So
no.
Yeah, it's
Reg, he's
Oh, that's what I wanted to say too. Man, I keep trying to end this.
Yeah, shut the fuck up already.
No, I gotta say this last thing. because I was thinking this morning, I was like, why is it that people continue to believe this guy when it has been documented, well documented, that he lies habitually, right? He is always I heard him today, like, we're gonna build a ballroom because I'm great at building ballrooms. I'm great at building things. I'm great at it. I'm the best at building ballrooms. Who listens to that and goes, "Oh, this guy's really good at building ballrooms"?
I'm
He
not
said it,
calling him out on that.
and not call him out on that. So I think what it is that you have a person who lies so much.
Yeah, that people just accept it.
Well, no, I don't even think that they even recognize that it's a lie anymore, right? They don't even think of it as a lie. They just think that he's just.
That's like when he went and visited the Powell guy, the Fed,
Yeah,
and he was
Jerome Powell.
Yeah, and Jerome Powell called him out. People like, oh, he's calling him out. Like, that's what everyone should do every time. He's like, oh yeah, we got that building. He's like, that building's been there for 5 years.
Hold on, I gotta tell you, that's funny. I gotta tell you, I posted a comment on Instagram about that video, and it's gotten, I don't know, it's gotten almost 3,000 likes or something crazy,
Wow.
right? And I said, you know, the best part about Jerome Powell is that he wasn't even trying to embarrass him,
Oh,
right? Jerome Powell is basically like, I'm a numbers guy. And basically the math isn't mathing. He's like, he wasn't trying to embarrass him. He's just like, no, you're not, your numbers aren't adding up. Like, this ain't even politically motivated. This is just, you're making a mistake, right?
yeah.
So
It's just so stupid that people accept. Oh, treason.
yeah, yeah.
All
It's
right.
treason, so.
Good job.
All right, that's it. Okay, folks.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We're all over the place talking about a bunch of different things, but we love this and we're going to keep doing it. And we hope that you enjoy it too. So, with that being said, if you do, please like, share, and subscribe. That's the best thing you can do for us. And please feel comfortable, and we welcome comments. We love to hear what you think and what you have to say. So, with that being said, that's Sal Kalani. I'm Reggie Steele. And this is Spitballin'. Peace.